feel disgusted to call him my dad. I found out what he's been doing for the past 6 years, and I can't even look at him anymore. My mom doesn't know the full story yet. Neither does anyone else in our family. They all think he's this generous guy who volunteers at the community center twice a week helping people with their taxes for free. I'm 19 and still living at home while I go to community college. My dad Ron works as an accountant downtown. He's always posting on Instagram about his volunteer work. I used to tell my friends my dad helps low-income families with their taxes and doesn't charge them anything. 3 weeks ago I needed to print something for class and my printer was out of ink. Dad was at work, so I went into his home office to use his. His filing cabinet was slightly open because the lock's been broken for months. One folder label caught my eye. It said, Diaz family, 2019 to 2024. The Diaz family goes to our church. Mr. Diaz fixed our fence last summer and wouldn't let my dad pay him. Said my dad had helped them so much with taxes. I pulled the folder confused why he'd keep their papers for so long. Inside were tax returns and a ledger with payments. February 2019, $400. April 2019, $400. Thousands of dollars total. A note said, standard rate, paid in cash, no records on their end. My stomach dropped. I pulled another folder. Different family, same setup. He had maybe 15 folders in there. These people thought they were getting free help. Then I found the Martinez family folder and the payment stopped in 2022. There was a printed email from Mrs. Martinez saying they couldn't afford his fee this year. His response told her if she couldn't pay, he couldn't help her, and that she should have been more responsible with her money. This woman works 2 jobs. I took pictures of everything on my phone. I told my girlfriend Autumn and she Loki went silent. Then she said these people probably told their friends about my dad. He was using his reputation to find more people to exploit. My parents were planning this big cookout for my dad's birthday that weekend. Extended family, people from church, friends from the community center. I spent the week making a presentation on my laptop. Photos of the payment ledgers with names blurred out. Screenshots of his emails. A list of actual volunteer programs that do free tax help. The day of the cookout, about 30 people showed up. My dad was in the backyard grilling, wearing this apron that said World's Best Volunteer. I waited until cake time. When they finished singing, my dad gave this whole speech about how blessed he feels to give back. I walked over to the TV and said I wanted to show everyone a video tribute. I connected my laptop. The first slide came up. The truth about Ron's volunteer work. My dad's smile disappeared instantly. I went through the whole thing, showed the payment records, read his email to Mrs. Martinez out loud word for word. The backyard went dead silent. My uncle walked straight out the side gate. My dad tried to interrupt, but I talked over him. When I finished, I looked right at him and said, I'm disgusted to call you my dad. He started yelling about how those people wanted to pay him. My mom was crying. Mrs. Chen from church came over to look at my phone. She went pale and left immediately. That's when Mr. Diaz showed up late with a cake. He walked into the backyard smiling. He saw everyone's faces, saw my presentation on the TV. I watched him read it. He put the cake down slowly and said, Ron, is this real? My dad started to say something, but Mr. Diaz cut him off. We paid you $4,000. My wife cried when you said you'd help us for free. His voice was shaking. My dad said, you insisted on paying, and Mr. Diaz deadass called him a liar right there. Said he was going to tell every family at church. Then he picked his cake back up and left. The backyard cleared out in 5 minutes. My dad locked himself in his office. I left. I stayed at Autumn's. The next morning I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. This is Rosa Martinez. Thank you. We're going to get our money back. 3 hours later, my dad showed up at Autumn's house, still in his cookout clothes. He banged on the door. I came downstairs and he said we needed to talk. I said no. He said I owed him a conversation. I said, how much money did you make off the Martinez family before you dumped them? He didn't answer. Then he said, this will blow over. Autumn's dad told him to leave or he'd call the police. My dad looked at me and said, you're not my son anymore. I said, good. He left. By that afternoon, 4 more families contacted my mom asking for their money back. My dad paid all of them within 24 hours. The community center banned him. Our church asked him not to come back. His Instagram is gone. My mom moved into the guest room.